Hi, I'm Mijo Soldin and I'm VP of Telecom Strategy and Partnership here in InfoWeb. So before we start, it's important to say that everybody is now talking about 6G, and this is something which officially doesn't exist. So definition by Wikipedia is it's a sixth generation or next generation of mobile network standards, which is meant to deliver true omnipresence, immersive communication, and wireless intelligence. This standard doesn't exist it's currently in the development, and a lot of parts of the ecosystem are now contributing to what it's about to be next generation standard, probably in the next few years toward the end of this decade. It's true, we didn't explore 5G in a full potential. The rollout is currently ongoing throughout the world, and the telcos are having full hands of this rollout, although everybody is looking into next generation, what can it bring more. So for the telcos as well, this is an opportunity to somehow regain the control of the network. Control in a way that they actually have a great asset of having a relationship with their subscribers. And having a relationship with subscribers can give them a lot in terms of future new revenue streams, which they definitely need, in terms of customer satisfaction. And 6G is a chance that we somehow redevelop the telco approach to the verticalization and build in the business case into the network itself, which currently in 5G we've seen that telcos deliver the network, but they didn't explore the full potential of the revenue and gain which they expected to get. Well, 6G is unique for a lot of reasons, and comparing to other Gs that happened before, people start talking about it very early, practically while 5G didn't roll out at all. And also another thing which happened for the first time is very early in the process of talking about the new standard, discussion become very broad. So usually technology was designed in a very small niche group between the experts, telco vendors, telcos. Now, even before we start developing the 6G, the broader ecosystem is part of it. So another thing which become very interesting in the 6G development is this time we talk about sustainability and efficiency and ecology and these kind of things in a very early stage. So practically we expect network to be designed to support this sustainability at the beginning. This kind of changed the requirements of the network for the 6G, and then other elements will come on top of this. Usually the new standard drivers come from three different directions. So we talk about improving the existing standard. So what we see currently in 5G is not how we expect it to be. The second driver is some new technologies or new trends and new requirements on the network that comes, which maybe they didn't exist in a previous generation. And the third one is usual evolution. What we do now, we want to do better, faster, shorter, whatever. So in terms of the 6G, these usual things are, for example, network bandwidth or capacity. We will move 6G probably toward 1000 gigabit or terabit speeds. This is not far future. We already have chipset which is made for terabit, and the first tests were made of transfer of this data on 200 meters or so. We will also decrease the latency of the network toward 1 millisecond. So practically we expect network to bring no delay into the communication. Or frequencies will go to terahertz, which will then bring another challenges into the practical deployments. In terms of new trends and technologies, we have now new elements in the ecosystem, like media, like metaverse, this cyber world, which will bring some new requirements on the network, and this all needs to be built into the 6G standard. So if you look who is involved now into the 6G discussions, let's call it like this at the beginning. So apart from the normal, let's call it like this, telco experts, like telco vendors, like mobile network operators, governments. Now we see also other parts like businesses, industry, communication players like InfoWeb, like us, media groups and stuff. So all of these people are gathering together and talking about the 6G. If we look who is now most active in terms of 6G development, of course China is currently leading, and one interesting fact is that Huawei this year is investing into the R&D in 6G about $22 billion. Then we have US as well that is following this one. If you look about the patents, currently China holds around 40% of the world patents, following by US around 35%, and then there is Europe a little bit less than 10, and Japan and Korea. Also, if you look, a lot of universities are included into this, so the science is involved in this one, as well as the governments, which are also trying to fix maybe the problem they introduced for the 5G with very strict regulatory part, which sometimes was killing the business and fast development. 6G again, it will be some kind of combination between evolution and revolution. So in terms of evolution, now we are putting more and more important stuff into the hands of the network. And there it comes requirements beside the usual technical parameters about network reliability and trustworthiness. So how we put mission critical elements into the network, we want this network to really be stable, reliable, and that we can trust that the network will do its job how it's supposed to be. I also mentioned before requirements like sustainability and efficiency, which will be very important. So we expect this network to be dynamic, to be able to use AI automation and turn up the resources and turn down resources, so we can efficiently use the resources in different parts of the network. Then there is this part which we can call like revolution. So all this new cool stuff that we expect network needs to support. We see already now how our two physical and cyber world, our digital world, are coming together more and more. 6G will have to support this even more. So we talk about this cyber physical continuum, where we can anticipate we will have our digital identity apart from our physical identity in this world, probably not even one. So I kind of assume there will be more of these metaverse-like worlds where we will have identities all over the world. We talk about digital twins. Probably it will be more than these twins. So the network will have to support this kind of combination and movement of our identity throughout the world. This will enable a lot of cool stuff, not just in terms of media, entertainment, gaming and stuff like this, but also in the real industry project world, where we can imagine that one project will be start drawing board in the physical world, that we can transfer it into maybe more than one cyber world, where we can test and pilot how simulation can work like. The outcome of these different scenarios can be back into our physical world and impact our future decisions. Also, there are a lot of things where we can imagine network can support in healthcare, in agriculture, in ecology. We see in 5G, we were anticipating a few years back, there will be a lot of connected devices, this buzzword of Internet of everything and Internet of Things. Now we can see that all our predictions were not enough. So there will be even more devices connected, all kinds of sensors around the world, not just connected vehicles, whereabouts. We will have implants, all kind of stuff. We see cool stuff that is happening already now between medicine and technology. And we have these prosthetic arms where we can see wireless connection between our brain and a computer, and this can just go on and extend in this one. There's also for InfoWeb interesting communication part. Since we talk about these physical, digital worlds kind of merging and blending together, and network will enable practically instant communication without any latencies, there will be more chances for all kind of omnipresent communication, and I think InfoWeb can look for the opportunities and chances in this future cyber physical world.